Hey there, boils and ghouls. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. Sorry, been away for a little bit. Just, been wanting to make some videos, but just with work and everything else going on, it was just been kind of hard to do. I definitely do have stuff that I do want to get around to. Another thing, though, too, that's been kind of hard is I thought the other day maybe I would go ahead and do, another video about, going through the boxes of my movies, but I'm kind of starting to realize that's actually starting to get to be a bit difficult because I've been doing some condensing of my movie library. I've been getting rid of a lot of, movies that like either, I watched once and I'm like, I'm never going to watch that again, or movies like, I bought this, but I know I'm probably never going to get around to watching it. So like, kind of like a lot of condensing and stuff. So it's kind of harder to do the going through the box videos because, it's like, yeah, it's like I'm worried I'm just going to be sitting here showing off the exact same movies I showed off in the last video or the one before that. So I got to try to figure out what I'm doing here. I do want to start doing like some top, maybe like some top 10 list videos. Not just, my top 10 arrows or imprints or whatever. I also want to do like, you know, I like to start working on that. Like my top 10 favorite like haunted house movies or vampire movies or something like that. Just I really want to get around to it. I just want to like get the time to work on that. But anyway, I got a couple of things to show you that I got in. Can I just say right off the bat though, you know what the main movie we're going to be talking about because of the title of the video. Could I just say right off the bat that even though I like some of his movies and I admire his ability as a storyteller, I'm not particularly thrilled with Roman Polanski as a person. I know that, he went through a lot of turmoil and a lot of trouble in his life with, being, a child having to, escape the Nazis in Poland and, just having to live through the Holocaust and stuff like that. I understand that, but also too, I understand, like losing his wife, Sharon Tate, to the Manson family and the horrible way that had happened. I understand he had been through some things in his life, but still, I don't really, I do not support what this man had done. I don't agree with what he had done. I personally think he was a coward for leaving the U.S. and not facing up to not owning up to what he had done. This is definitely a case of really having to separate the art from the artist. So, while I do admire Polanski as a storyteller and a filmmaker, truthfully, I don't really like him much as a person, but anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll get into this. Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and show this one off first real quick. Pick this up on Amazon. They dropped the price down to $12.96. And I figure I'd go ahead and get it. It's a Kevin Smith movie on 4K. We really don't have a lot of those. I know we got Mallrats. We got this one, Clerks 3, Dogma. I think that's it as far as like Kevin Smith movies on 4K. We got I got the 4K steelbook for the 4:30 movie. Not a bad film. I wouldn't rank it probably as my highest of Kevin Smith's movies. It's definitely got good parts in it. I think my favorite part of this movie is really the fake trailers. Like when they go to the movie theater, you see the fake trailers, like Booties. That one, was it the Health Nut? I was like, I really like those. I like the fake trailers. But yeah, this was a good movie. It has some good funny parts in it. And, a good coming of age story. And, the movie really is just kind of Kevin Smith kind of telling his own story, which, I'm sure like diehard Kevin Smith fans will probably be like, hey, doesn't matter, it's like I love his movies, whatever he puts out, I'll support. But I think there are probably some people out there too who'd be like, okay, dude, like how many movies are you going to keep doing where you're going to keep retelling the story of how you made Clerks and, all this kind of stuff. But overall, I do like this movie. It is fun. And I had the Blu-ray, but, I was like, I saw this, like, why not go ahead and upgrade to the 4K? And there you go. This one is, it's Lionsgate, so it has, like, the protective plastic cover on there. Bonus features, audio commentary, writer-director Kevin Smith going home again, making the 4:30 movie in the theatrical trailer. So, and this one, it's kind of cool. It's done up like a VHS tape. Yeah. What's kind of interesting here is like on the back, the little spools there. Yeah, they're kind of like embossed. So you actually get some texture there. But then there's the inside there. Got your 4K and your Blu-ray. Yeah, good little movie. Like I said, I wouldn't count it as like, I wouldn't really put in like the top 10 of my favorite Kevin Smith movies, but I do like it. It's got some fun elements to it. You get a little bit of, kind of like a little bit of everybody in here. You got, unfortunately it's a deleted scene, I think, but or they show it like in the outtakes at the end. There was actually a scene with Brian O'Halloran. It's like, nice to see Kevin Smith put him in a movie again, especially after killing him off in Clerks 3, but yeah, I mean, you got Ken Jeong, you got Jason Lee, what was her name? Was it Rachel Poehler, I think? You got Rosario Dawson, Justin Long, it's like, damn, lots and lots of people in here. So really, really good fun movie. Jeff Anderson shows up, so yeah, really good movie. Fun little flick. And yeah, I haven't done this in a long time, but I already have this on my Movies Anywhere, and but I figure for anybody who wants it, there you go. If you can read that, there's the digital code. So hopefully you guys were able to pick that up. So, congratulations to whoever gets it. Now, yeah, the movie obviously that we're talking about is The Ninth Gate, and with Johnny Depp. There are a number of things I really enjoy about this movie. First of all, it's got Johnny Depp, who's my favorite actor. Another thing, it's a horror. Well, yeah, it's a horror film. I know a lot of people consider it more kind of like a noir thriller, but yeah, I do consider it a horror film about books, and I do love a good book. You guys know I love my movies, but I also love a good book. As a matter of fact, I just picked this up. Got this for a really good deal. It's the hardcover of The Princess Bride. Found this for a really good, reasonable price. And let's see. It's also, yeah, it's a book, but it's also got some nice illustrations. See if we can find one. Let's see if we can find a better one. There we go. But yeah, I do love movies, that have to do with books and stuff. I love, I love this movie. Well, nah, come on. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, nice to have this one here, Princess Bride. Really good book, made into an excellent movie. So, but yeah, so I do like horror movies based on books, and they're about books. I like this movie. I love In the Mouth of Madness, movies like that. I picked this one up. This is the obviously it's the Imprint edition, as you can see. The reason I went for this, I know that this one was quite a bit more expensive than the Lionsgate Steelbook. The reason why I chose this instead was because this one is a 3-disc set, and this one has way more bonus features than the Lionsgate Steelbook has. So that was basically it. So then there's the back there. But yeah, is this okay? Done. I'm sure it's limited, but I don't see a number on there. But anyway, yeah, really good movie. One of the few kind of, horror thrillers in the 90s that I really liked. There's the inside the box. Yeah, everything fits pretty snug in this box. And there's on there. Let's read real quick what we got here. Let's see here. 4K and Blu-ray special features. Okay. Dolby Vision, Ultra High Definition, and 1080p High Definition presentation. Audio commentary by director Roman Polanski. Making of, archival featurette, satanic drawings, art gallery. Promotional interviews, Dancing with the Devil, interview with actress Emmanuelle Signé, I hope I pronounced that right. Page turning, perfectionism, and interview with actor James Russo. Theatrical trailer, teaser trailer. James Russo, I know, like, he's a really good character actor. Seen him in bunches and bunches of movies. You know, yeah, like he's in the beginning of Django Unchained. He's in a lot of movies. The one movie that I think I will always remember James Russo from is probably always going to be Extremities. That was the first movie I believe that's the first movie I ever saw him in. I might have seen other movies with him, I just don't remember them. But yeah, that's the first movie that I seem to remember him from was Extremities with Farrah Fawcett. And he struck such a chord with me in that movie. He was so creepy and weird and menacing. I've seen him play movies since then, seen him some TV appearances and stuff too. But yeah, I think that I'm sorry to say, but I think that's probably going to always be the way I'm always going to remember him. I'm always going to remember him as the rapist from Extremities. He gives a very good chilling performance in that movie. He's very manipulative and just skeezy and everything else. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's played other really good roles. So I mean, take nothing away from him. The man is a good actor, but yeah, just that's the problem. Whenever I think James Russo, I always remember Extremities. Very, very unsettling. Very good movie. Farrah Fawcett gives an amazing performance. Diana Scarwood. What was it? Alfred Woodard, I think, was also in that movie. But anyway, great movie. Highly recommend it. But it's a movie I admit, like if I had it on DVD or Blu-ray, I probably, because the subject matter is so unsettling, I don't think I'd watch it very often. But anyway, getting back to this. Okay, 4K special features, storyboard sections, unlocking the ninth gate, interview with cinematographer Darius Kanji. Sorry. Blu-ray special features, audio commentary by author Troy Howarth and Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson. Audio commentary by author director David Huckvale. The Devil is a Woman, female representation of Satan in cinema. Video essay by film critic Sally Christie. Encyclopedia Satanica interview feature with writer Gary Lockman. Author and historian Mitch Horowitz and occult historian and collector Brandon Hodge. Occult classics analysis of the film and score with Dr. David Huckvale. Keep saying Huckville. Lucifer's version. Slideshow of illustrations from the novel El Club du Mal with commentary by Dr. David Huckvale. Inside Roman Polanski archival featurette. So there you go. There's our bonus features there. Got a lot of stuff there. And as you can see, like I said, it's a 3-disc where it's the Lionsgate was really just a 2-disc steel book. So that's the main reason I went with this was because it was just more bonus features. And then on here, and then there's the back, all the bonus features, which I just read off. So, but inside, you got some inside artwork, but it's not reversible cover art. Lena Olin, who, say what you want, I think Lena Olin in this movie, Lena Olin is hot. She is smoking. But, yeah. Anyway, there we go. There's the 4K disc. There are your 2 Blu-rays. See if I can turn those around real quick. Both of them are pictures of Johnny Depp. But, yep. So, then, of course, you get your nice hard booklet here. Who's that? Yeah, that's Johnny Depp. I say, it didn't look familiar there for a second. You do have some writing on the movie. And I'm sure you got, some stuff in here too. I haven't read the book, obviously, but got some stuff in here too. I'm sure they write about Polanski and probably stuff about the occult. And, but yeah, just, really, really good movie. And, like I said, just I do feel embarrassed about showing this off and everything else because, like what I said about Polanski and stuff. But like I said, I admire him as a storyteller and a filmmaker, but can't exactly say I'm thrilled about him as a person. But anyway, I still think he should have owned up to what he did and faced the consequences. But oh well. But so anyway, so yeah, this is what we got here, and genuinely good movie. It's a slow burn; it takes a little bit to get going, but it's not a super blood and gore horror film or anything. There's a little bit of blood and stuff at the end of the movie in the climax and stuff, but yeah, it's not really that violent of a film. It's very subdued, but it's what it lacks in blood and gore. It definitely makes up for in atmosphere and suspense. Creating some tension. But overall, it's a really good film, and I do like it. And Johnny Depp, I love the fact that the fact his character is such a scumbag in this movie. He starts off bad, but by the end of the movie, he's even worse. And I think that's one of the things that I really admire about Johnny Depp as an actor is that he is he is so willing to try to play anything. That he does play characters that are very likable and just very sweet personality and stuff like that, but then he plays like very complex characters that you do like even though you're not supposed to like. And then also too just the fact that he's brave enough to go and play characters like in this movie or like Secret Window or something like that. He's brave enough to go and play characters that you just outright despise. And I love that he always tries to play that range of different kind of characters, good characters, bad characters, complex characters, things like that. And I really do enjoy his performance in this movie. You got Frank Langella in this movie, like I said, Lena Olin, James Russo. There's Emmanuel, who in real life is Roman Polanski's wife. But you see, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, just a really, really good, good film. And, now talking about like the, I do gotta say though, I mean, I'm kind of surprised because usually like Imprint, I don't think Imprint did anything wrong. I think they just used the same, 4K transfer that Lionsgate did, obviously. So I don't think that they like did anything to it or anything. I think they just used what was already there. I do gotta say though, I'm not particularly crazy about the 4K transfer on here. Certain colors do pop. You do see, like some certain colors like the green of the leaves on the trees or the green of the grass, those colors really do pop. And especially like, in this movie, Johnny Depp is riding in a lot of taxi cabs. And especially the yellow of the taxi cabs, like it's very, very yellow. It's very bright, very vibrant. So certain colors in this movie really do pop, but a lot of the scenes are just really, really dark. Just really, really darkly lit. And, well, not darkly lit, but just the way it's done. Some of them it's like, wow. And then when I put in the Blu-ray to, watch, watch some of the bonus features, like the commentary with Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson, sorry. I noticed that, I'm sorry to say, but I very much prefer the transfer on the Blu-ray over the 4K. Just because you get to see a lot more. There's a lot more detail. The colors are far more vibrant. And just, yeah. And like I said, I'm not faulting Imprint for that. Like I said, I believe they just use what Lionsgate used. But I do have to admit, I just wasn't really super crazy about the 4K transfer, But I'm not sitting here like, oh, that's it. I'm done. No more 4Ks. Bullshit. If you guys saw what I've got pre-ordered, yeah, yeah, I'm not giving up on 4K anytime soon. I'm just saying, though, that, like in this particular case, it's like, yeah, while certain colors do pop and everything, I got to admit, it just wasn't really my favorite 4K transfer. Something like this, I got to be honest, if I was going to put this on to watch, I just, just watching on my TV, just the Blu-ray transfer just looked so much more, it was easier to watch and just, looked so much better. Just my personal opinion. But, If you are a big, I would only recommend getting this if you are a big fan of the movie and, you're in it for the bonus features. If you were just a casual fan, I would definitely say, you know what, save your money and just, because this is about twice as much as the Lionsgate Steelbook. I would say, if you could get a bargain on it, if you really want the movie, if you're mostly in for the movie, I would just say just go for the Lionsgate. This is if you really want, like, mostly for the bonus features and the extra, you know. But yeah, I would say if you're just a casual fan of this movie and you just really want it for the movie, if you can afford it and they still keep it in stock, I would just say go for the Lionsgate Steelbook. Yeah, I am happy that I'm not regretting that I bought this. I just wish it hadn't been so expensive, but Imprint, you know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, I am happy to have it, especially, like I said, way more bonus features. So I'm not upset that I bought this. So, really good movie. It's a movie I have watched a number of times, and, I definitely plan to watch it a number of times more. So I don't feel like I pissed my money away on this, and it's certainly not, like, oh, just, something I bought to, fill up my shelves with more stuff just to try to show off. No, this is a movie I genuinely do enjoy, and I do like watching it, But anyway, so yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be about it. So, starring one of my favorite actors, and yeah, I mean, I understand that Polanski he's a complex figure, but and I know he's definitely been through some stuff in his life, but I don't think that excuses a lot of his behavior, and I mean, hell, for crying out loud! I mean, look at the crap that a lot of celebrities in Hollywood get away with now, and like they go to jail and stuff, they come out and they're back to work before you even know it, So it's like, yeah, I mean, Polanski might have had to go to jail for a little bit, but I'm sure he would have been fine. He would have got out, and then, may have taken some time, but he would have built his career back up. But, I think personally, I think, yeah, he should have stayed and faced consequences, answer for what he had done. But anyways, so that's it. I'm rambling now, but, really happy to have this, so, and, also too, like I said, it's about books, and obviously you guys know I do love a good book. So nice to have this one here. So really cool. And yeah, upgraded. I had this on Blu-ray mainly. Yeah, I remember when this was first coming out. I think this steelbook was like about $40, I think, and the Blu-ray was only like $14.96. So I was just like, screw it, I'll just go for the Blu-ray. And then when I saw this, they dropped it down to $12.96. I was like, what the hell? I'll go ahead and go for it. Why not? Upgrade, get it on 4K. Why not? So anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much about it. So, yeah, just, oh man, I gotta tell you guys, like, I'm getting ready to go, but, and just gotta tell you guys, like, honestly, it's like, it may be slow for the next couple of weeks as far as like buying stuff goes. I got a couple of things coming. I do want to watch Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I got the 4K of that on the way. And I got some other stuff coming too, but yeah, I really, in a way, I do want to kind of slow down buying for a little bit, because I'm sitting there thinking about, it's like, man, I'm hearing some stuff, that I would really, really like to get my hands on, and I'd like to have the money available so that, once the pre-orders go up, I can go for it. They're talking about that six disc 4K set for Cannibal Holocaust, which is going to have the the version that's never been seen before. I definitely want to, be at the ready to get that. I want to save up because, we hear that Synapse is getting ready to put out Friday Night Part 2 on 4K. I do like that movie. I do enjoy that movie. I hadn't seen it in years, but it would be really great to, get the nice 4K of that and be able to revisit. That would be awesome. I would love that. And and that's the thing, just like also too, you never know. Like I did get some stuff from the Severin summer sale. I'm not going to say what it is. I'd rather wait and do that as kind of like a surprise video. But I got a few things off there. Just picked up a couple of things from Vinegar Syndrome and stuff like that. And, pre-order a couple of things from Arrow. So I was like, damn, man, so it is. It's getting where it's kind of scary. Like I'm almost getting to the point, like I almost want to kind of like just save my pennies because I don't know what's coming, and I want to like make sure I got the money so that like when it does come along, I can jump on it. But we'll see what happens. I always say that's the thing though. I think if you guys follow me long enough, I always say stuff like this, and next thing you know, in a few days, it's like, oh hey, I made a video. Guess what? I bought something else. So we'll see what happens, but I think that would also be a good thing too, to go ahead and start working on like some of those top 10 list videos and stuff like that. It would kind of, it's like it would give me stuff to make videos about, but at the same time, it's not like, I don't feel like pressured, like I need to go out and buy stuff to, make videos about. It's just a lot of the times I just, like that's my hobby. I like to go out and, upgrade movies or get rid of stuff that I don't have, try to get new stuff, whatever. It's my hobby. It's what I love to do. So I don't feel pressured into doing that, but it's like, yeah, it's like kind of hold off, save a few pennies, put a little bit of money away for a rainy day. And in the meanwhile, it will give me also too, I think it would give me a chance to like work on some of this other stuff. So yeah, so I think it's going to be fun to do that. But yeah, there's definitely more stuff coming. I got stuff pre-ordered, all that kind of stuff. So I will say, I know that Umbrella, sorry, I know I'm rambling, but I know that Umbrella, they just, the reason I bring this up, because it's right there on the shelf, I'm sitting there looking at it. I know that Umbrella just recently announced that they're going to do the Human Centipede trilogy on 4K, and I got to be honest, because I got the Scream Factory Blu-ray set of the trilogy there. I got to be honest, I really don't see myself buying that. I'm not against them putting that on. I'm not one of those like, oh, they should never put those movies on 4K or anything. I'm open to pretty much just about anything getting a 4K release. I think, almost anything is pretty much valid. And if you can do it, I don't see a reason not to, because even though Human Centipede, for me, they're not movies that I watch very often. They're not movies that, to me, buying the 4K would just seem pointless. I got the Blu-ray trilogy. That's good enough for me. I would not see myself watching those movies very often. I have to be in the right mood to want to watch those movies. And to me, it's like just going and spending a lot of money to upgrade those to 4K just would not be worth it. So I would just say, yeah, I would probably go ahead and skip that. But yeah, there's still plenty of other stuff coming that I do want to get. And I still want to, before the month is out, I do want to go ahead and pick up a few more on the Criterion sale, and upgrade, a couple of those I want to upgrade to 4K. Some of these are going to be like new ones that I don't have. So, but yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much going to be about it, So yeah, I'm happy I got this and everything else. But like I said, yeah, just probably kind of slow down for a couple of weeks and just kind of, put some money away. So, future things come up, I'll be at the ready for when they do. But that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, would you mind leaving a like? And if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. And just, yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I hope, life is being good to you. And just take care of yourselves. And love your movie library. I'll love you back. And there you go. So that's it, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.